Chapter 25. Well-known religions. Firstly, I need to impart the channeled words regarding religion from spirituality from the stars. Religion is a doctrine based upon your fears. It is controlled to an extent. It did not used to be this way, in this form, in this current form. It is very helpful to many of you here. It is beneficial and comforting to vast numbers of people that feel themselves lost within the world. It has its place amongst men and women. It creates thought and action, but some of this action pertaining to thought is misused energy. It is misused energy born out of fear and ignorance. Fear to control vast masses of humans within nations. There are elements to each of your earthly-born religions that have been passed down through your ages, elements of truth and wisdom from highly regarded evolved sources that incarnated into your realm. Interspersed amongst these teachings of truths and wisdom that have been shown and given to man, there are elements of untruths created by the minds of mortal men for their own needs and power at times in history. This has inevitably been carried forward to the now time and of course cannot always be applicable in the now time. There is much sense and spiritual meaning to the original ideas, teachings and writings of religions in your realm as they were initiated and created and based upon the thoughts and ideas of yesteryear. Our advice would be to take from religious teachings that with which you feel comfortable with and that which you feel applies to you. We observe the acts born out of frustration in the name of religion, acts upon your fellow humans, fellow man and woman, your earthly brothers and sisters, acts that are not born in conjunction with your scriptures but acts acted upon in the name of gods, sometimes even for examples to be set to others, sometimes to become martyrs. Do you think that in the eyes of a supreme creative force that the creative force would crave to see unnecessary suffering inflicted by one person upon another solitary person ranging to another solitary nation? The answer is of course not, as you all contain the basis of creative sparks of life source energy derived from the same source. What you do to others you will do to yourself. Over the course of time we witness the initiations of the ideas of religion, the seeds of thought implanted within, both in your pasts and in the now time, seeds of thought taking shape in earthly minds. The seed grows and becomes realized by others looking for answers to their questions. More or less the questions become answered to a satisfactory degree for many of you. An idea has merely changed its form and shape and created text, sermons, practice, observance, prayer. A way of living becomes commonplace within a person's heart, hence a new religion is born to be adhered to. That is how easy religions are born to some from others. The true revelations and original meanings of earthly miraculous religions bestowed upon man have been kept amongst a privileged few and will continue to do so in its present form. It has been decreed by men in power that much of the true reasoning and scriptures given to man in your history is not for the unworthy to behold it. There is much secrecy and much power to be held within this secrecy. It is unfortunate to beholden to witness, but that is the power of factions of men within men. We witness it, but you presently cannot. Will this change? Of course it will, but not yet. For the most part the idea of religion is an important one with good motivational solid foundations. It has the ability to help many of you and provide forth for many in difficult times and circumstances in your life experiences. Even though the foundations of religions are still strong, in recent times the mortar between the brickwork has begun to weather and corrode and will eventually need to be replaced. This is why currently many of you still have your beliefs, but your interest in religion has begun to wane. People now are being born into life experiences with a greater awareness, other ideas, an inner knowing that religion does not contain all of the answers to the big questions and that neither does science. They complement one another and intertwine but do not answer everything. Many earth-based religions are based upon truths, spiritual-based truths, passed down through centuries by sources of higher intelligence and conscious awareness that have always been and have decided to incarnate to help humanity with their guided teachings to be able to benefit the human race and improve their life experiences. Over the passage of linear measured Earth time in your dimension, these teachings originating down from pure source have been manipulated by some men for their own ends, their own uses, their own motivations, often manipulated by egos. We understand why this happened. It is the effects of negativity with this realm of yours. So over periods of time, parts of religions have kept their originality and other parts have been manipulated in order to mislead and control. Power, greed and monetary gain are often egotistical motivations that often enslave man. Over time, in the name of religion, this has created famine for some, famine in the sense of physical malnourishment as well as emotional, mental and spiritual enslavement to people of and in power. Through your ages within your history there are many examples of this to be found. Now as you have reached a more technological age and era, your interests have shifted from religion and so now have the abilities of a select few to control you. The power of control has somewhat been passed around in some nation from the religious powerhouses and organizations that secretly run them to the new breed of scientific and technological companies. Particularly in your wealthier nations, interest has shifted from one ideology to another. What is interesting to see is that the interests, although shifted from religion to science and technology, the faith of greater awareness and creative being has been kept alive but is underlying. The idea of a spiritual essence of life is alive and kicking and is stronger than ever. Humans are aware that religion and science and technology cannot answer all of life's mysteries. Humans are searching for more answers. People are beginning to realize that there is more, because they desire to find more. That desire comes deep from within. They are searching for more truths. In your futures much will be realized and remembered. Once you have discovered your true meanings and origins of your existences here within a planetary sense and your existences as a race within a cosmic sense, much will be revealed to you. Religion will keep its fan base amongst some of you, but many of you will be awakened to other realities of both thought and form, not based upon the doctrines of man but based upon the pure spiritual thought of universal and cosmic laws already practiced and used by other life forms not unlike your own. Dr. David B. Barrett spent 40 years and enlisted the help of 444 specialists in order to discover that there are over 10,000 different religions in the world, and 150 of these have at least 1 million followers. He visited most of the 238 nations and found that with Christianity alone there were 38,830 denominations or splinters of Christianity. According to Sheila Coulson, an archaeologist from the University of Oslo in Norway, the oldest form of religious worship is the worship of the serpent or python, which originates 70,000 years ago. From the beginning of time, religion has been the #1 method of control of populations by the bloodline elite. In recent times, that #1 position competes with that of the media. So now I need to give you the reader a brief overview of the world's religions, and it has to be brief, otherwise this book will become far too big and nobody will want to read it. Religions deal with the whole of human life and death. Religion has helped many people for thousands of years to search for meaning and truth within their own lives and to think about their own natures and the nature of both the universe and God. 3/4 of the world's population consider that they belong to a religion. Religion brings people together and also tears them apart, and religions include stories, beliefs, behaviors, myths, rituals and unfortunately dangers. People will kill and or die for their religious beliefs. Religions have been the cause of disputes and wars, including those in Northern Ireland, Bosnia, Cyprus, Middle East, Kashmir, the Punjab and Sri Lanka, to give but a few examples. Some ancient religions have included Egyptian, Zoroastrian, Greek, Roman, Norse and Celtic, but for now I will focus on the more recent ones, except for the importance of King Nimrod and the Babylonian mystery religion.